A magnificent volley from Robin van Persie. Outstanding.
Absolutely top class, unstoppable.
But Robin van Persie, yet again, Arsenal's saviour, if you like.
Van Persie curls one! Wonderful equaliser. 2 in 2 minutes for Arsenal. And their saviour yet again is this wonderful Dutch striker.
It's not a one-man team, but I tell you what, it's not far off it.
If anyone was going to score, it was going to be that man. His 19th of the season, and he's just one behind Henry now as he chases this.
So Robin, good to see you.
Good to see you.
Great to be here in Amsterdam now. It's 50th anniversary of the PFA Awards.
Yeah.
You're a former winner.
Yeah.
Throwing it back all the way to 2011, 2012.
Yeah.
What memories do you have of that season?
Very good memories. I think I scored about 37 goals. We ended up third in the league. But if you look at the way I played, the way Arsenal played in that year, that was very good football. We just became short to win a trophy, but no, I was having fun. Yeah, I think everyone could see that. And personally, it was, as a kid, it wasn't really my target to win the PFA Awards because it wasn't really realistic, especially the early days in my career. But in the years before that, I was like, hang on, if I adjust my game a little, if I improve my game, why not? And then the moment I got a call from a friend who got info about that I won it, I was actually quite emotional and like in a good way. Obviously, I was very happy. It was like, because it's like the PFA Players Award, and so that means that my opponents were voting for me, and I don't think that in the best and the most difficult league to play in, there isn't a bigger compliment that your opponents choose you to win the PFA Award. So it was a beautiful moment of happiness.
You've obviously achieved so much. Where does winning that award that is voted by players you play with and against, where does that rank for you?
Yeah, I don't think you can compare it with winning a trophy with your team. It's a different sensation, it's a different feeling. But in terms of, and I don't have many trophies in my living room, but the PFA is in my living room, together with the UEFA Cup and the Premier League.
It's not a bad collection. Yeah.
So, if you, in terms of where it stands, it stands right in the living room. Yeah,
it's good. I'm glad it's in a safe place. It's good to know. And a standout goal from that season, is there a goal that's your favourite from the year that you won the award?
Ooh, good question. Standout goal. Maybe my 100th Premier League goal.
Big achievement in the 100 club in the Premier League.
Yeah, that was a milestone. It was a good goal at home at the Emirates with my outside left foot, a good cross. Goals against Chelsea away, special.
They have men over. They have 4 against 2. If Rosicky can use it well. Arteta, Van Persie. They've won it! Hat-trick at Stamford Bridge for Arsenal's Robin van Persie. Staggering, simply staggering game. Staggering personal performance, extraordinary outcome. Football never ceases to amaze you.
Making the difference, that is what you want to achieve as a player, is making the difference, scoring important goals at home, but away from home as well, at the most difficult stadiums. That's always a sweet memory.
And you finish that season, you then move to Manchester United, which sees you play under 2 of the most successful British managers in Arsene Wenger and Alex Ferguson. Yeah. Looking back now, what lessons did they both teach you, and how did their managerial style differ between the two?
Well, at first it's a big honor to have worked under them and to have learned so much. They're both in their own style of managing different. Sir Alex Ferguson is the best manager there was in terms of keeping 27 players who all think that they're the best. And
what sort of things would he do to get the best out of a whole squad?
Well, at first he managed to make everyone happy. So if you're the number 1 or the number 27, he just makes sure that there's an environment that everyone feels safe in and happy in. Competitive as well. How he pushes the level in training, just by managing those type of players well. Yeah, that was world class how he did that. And as well, in terms of how we wanted to play, is that he did trigger us like constantly with his words. He was like, when there was a boring first half, for example, Sir Alex always used to find that spot where he triggered us to be more creative, to take more risks, to really go for the win, and to excite him and to excite the people in the stadium and people at home. Arsène had that same style of triggering us, but in a different style of doing that. And he was more of a trainer coach as well. He was always with us on the pitch. He was always giving the exercises, and he was more patient. And there's both to say many things about their style. I think it works wonderfully well with both managers. It's just a different style. Ferguson was more direct, and Arsène, which helped me as well develop. He was more patient, and he understood as well that when you're young, that there's like that you make mistakes and that you learn from them. And he was more managing that, like checking if the player was able to learn from his mistakes. Now, and if that was the case, then he would actually give you that second chance. And it is difficult to compare them as a trainer, coach, manager, because the way of handling with situations, the way day to day, how they managed it, how they did the training sessions, they were doing it in their own style.
Well, it's time for you to get the coaching head on.
Yeah.
We've got to choose your all-time PFA Player of the Year winner, 5-a-side.
Yeah.
So we've got a couple of goalkeepers. Now, not many have won it, so you haven't got too many to choose from.
Yeah.
You don't have to play with a goalkeeper. Then we got defenders, midfielders, attackers.
A goal player.
You get five players and a sub.
Yeah, okay.
You can either be player manager or just the manager. It's up to you. Depends who makes the team. Where are you going to start? Are you playing with a goalkeeper?
Good
in the
question.
5-a-side?
As a kid, when I was 13 years old, we had an indoor tournament with Feyenoord in Maastricht. And I was the flying keep, so the goal player. Yeah, the rush keeper, you say. And we ended up winning that tournament, and I was the player of that tournament. So I think I would go...
For you, you're going to stick with no keeper.
Yeah,
rush keeper.
Yeah, well, the goal player.
Yeah.
Football is changed as well. If you go from the 11 against 11, we ask a lot of things from a goalkeeper. Back in the day, it was a goalkeeper should just hold the balls, and defend this goal, and that's it. Now I want them involved in build-up, and so I would take on the role as a goal player.
Yeah. So you're going to be in there.
Exactly.
Yeah.
That's me. So
resisting the urge to get
that gives
forwards.
me an extra option, right?
Yeah. So you're going to start with forwards, or you're going to go through the defenders?
You're right. Okay, defender. Oh.
Some big names in there.
Yeah. I think I'll go with this big man.
Virgil gets the nod, yeah?
Yeah, I was thinking between Virgil and John Terry.
What was John Terry like to play against?
Yeah, he was very good. He was one of my most difficult opponents to play against, because he was hard, but he wasn't nasty. You know, he was a clean defender and tactically very strong. So with him, I never knew if he would come for the duel or if he would stay back. It was always difficult.
Constantly asking questions.
Yes, he was constantly asking me questions, and no, great player.
But Virgil takes it. Special player.
Yeah. You know, it is not the case that that one is better. It's just they're both unique. All of them, by the way. But the way he developed himself from Groningen in Holland to Celtic, and then the career he's having at the moment. Captain of the national team. in ball possession, without ball possession. He's a world-class defender.
Wouldn't have fancied him in the Premier League now. It would have been
No,
a
not
tough-
now. But actually, we did train together. Well, funny story. And this was early days when he was with Groningen and Celtic. And then I did fancy him in training. But those days are long gone. So he's.
Let you score a few, did he?
Yeah, the early days. Yeah. Well, he's a great player. Great.
Onto
midfield.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're right.
Forwards, midfield.
Now I can have two defenders, huh? Ooh.
The midfield list is stacked.
Ooh, yeah. Wow. Yes. Giggsy. Oh. It's going to be tough. Roy Keane. Oh, Kevin De Bruyne. Yeah.
You know, he's been a bit of a super sub in the teams we've done so far.
Not in my team. I'm so sorry, guys. Oh, great players, but it's gonna be.
Giggsy, Conte.
This is gonna
KDB.
hurt. This is gonna hurt. But De Bruyne is a player I actually stay home to watch. You know, in a big game. He's so clever. He reads the spaces, and his technical ability is so good. What a player.
Mahrez for De Bruyne. Kevin De Bruyne! Well, you would not deny him that. Breathtaking, brilliant De Bruyne.
Works hard. He has it all. But the same counts for the other guys. Still have two more to go.
2 and a sub, yeah.
Dennis Bergkamp.
Straight in.
Rooney. Ronaldo. Oh. Van Nistelrooy, Shearer, Thierry Henry. Oh, yeah. Unbelievable players. Gary Lineker. Wow. Salah. Teddy Sheringham. Wow.
This guy, Wayne Rooney.
Yeah. I really enjoyed playing with him and training with him.
To play with, be around every day.
Yeah, if you talk about intensity, he had that intensity every single training session. It's like from the first step on the pitch, he was on. You know, every single session, even with 5 against 2, he was there. He was challenging. He was going after every single ball. So that lifted like the whole spirit of the team. We were always training quite early at Carrington, and most days it was chilly and cold and windy. And him and Scholesy and Giggsy always set that bar right up there from the first minute. So I really enjoyed playing with Wayne. Yeah.
And what did it mean to you to play with this guy towards the end of his career?
As a young kid, a dream to be able to share a dressing room. We were sitting next to each other. He was number 10, I had number 11. So for me, I was like a kid in a sweet shop, you know, asking all the questions. And he was from day one. He was so polite and helpful. And I knew that he realized that I didn't see him as competition. And he noticed that quite soon. You know, it was an honor for me to be on the bench for Dennis Bergkamp and to be able to be in the same place, same club, to learn from him. And that was the message I gave him every day, without saying it. But you know, I was honored.
So a big influence on your.
Yeah.
Who's getting a nod then?
I have to make a decision between those 4. And I will make my decision to pick 2 out of these 4.
Thierry, Van Nistelrooy, Rooney and Bergkamp. 2 are going to go into the team.
Yeah.
I like that you stuck with the 2 teams. You got the Arsenal, got United.
That's a coincidence,
Yeah.
but it's just based on because I played with all 4 of them, and all unique in their own way. You know, all 4 will do for me. So what I do is just I pick them.
Lucky dip out of a hat. Yeah.
Yes.
All
Yeah.
right.
Who is that?
Wayne Rooney, you happy?
Rooney? Yeah. I'm happy with all of them, really. Who's that?
Thierry.
Okay, I'm happy with that.
Yeah. And who's getting? You have to choose the bench player.
Okay, wait.
No, you got to choose one of these 2. You have to.
Yeah. Okay, this one. Who's that?
Bergkamp.
Okay. I signed for that.
Ah.
So, sorry, Ruud. It was a gamble.